we go. I hope the music's not too loud. I'll just get it right to the spot that it usually seems to work okay. There. Here we go. So I'm actually going to start with my band or towel and make my arms into the letter Y or a V or whichever. And then I'm going to go behind my head, in front of my head. I'm going to really focus on keeping my neck, like I find I want to push my chin down or push my face forward when I'm doing this. So try to keep everything still while we floss our shoulders. Behind, in front, see? Did it again. Stop moving your neck, Kelly. Behind, in front. Ooh, that's such a good stretch for the shoulders and the chest. The pecs after doing push-ups or chest press. Yeah, so to choose the winner for that, you know, free month, I just put every time you did a workout, I put your name in on a piece of paper in a hat or whatever, and I stirred it around and picked a name. That's my process. Nowadays, when you buy like a 50/50 ticket or anything, it's all digital and online, and I question that process. I like old school, pick out of a hat. Because I keep buying those Flames 50/50 tickets. I want to win. There we go. Last one. There we go. I just kept doing it until I felt like I got more range of motion going both directions. All right. I'm going to put it behind my back now and still hold it. I'm going to hold it so that it's the width of my hips behind my back. Still want to stretch these shoulders, so I'm going to actually lean my upper body forward and then let my arms hang as I'm holding that band, my hip width. You'll feel a stretch on those from your shoulders. It could be right down to your elbows, actually. Come back up. I'm going to hold this band in front of me now and just let my arms hang. And then I'm going to do the shape of a rainbow, side to side. Come back up. Okay, we are going to go to the floor. Before we go to the floor, if you have a spare towel or a pillow or anything, and you find that you have neck issues, then I want you to use a pillow when you're lying on your back on the floor to support your neck. So I have a pillow. You don't have to use a pillow, but they say the straighter your spine is, the better your stretch. So we're going to go to the floor. So, nice and relaxed. Now I have my head and neck. Now I feel like my neck is straight. And I'm going to grab my band or towel. Before I start, I wanted to just get a little bit of movement. So I'm just going to do a quick flutter kick. You can put your hands under your bum too if you want. Just, I feel like my legs need a little bit of pump in there just to get the juices flowing, because right now I'm going to be stretching my hamstrings. They are super tight. My car's been broken down for the last week. I did a lot of extra walking, which I think is why my handies are so tight. Okay, I'm going to put this on my right foot, my band or towel, straighten the leg. The other leg is already lying flat on the floor. And I'm going to pull my leg right up towards my face. And if you could point those toes towards your face and the heel, you're going to push it towards the ceiling just to get that extra stretch in the back of your leg. And again, if we do any movements or any kind of stretches that doesn't work for you, just repeat one that we did right before or one that you know works for you. Okay, so I'm going to take this same leg, drop it straight out to the side. I usually anchor the other arm down so that my shoulders and hip doesn't lift up. So I'm working on my right side first. I'm just going to say that because we're going to do a number of things just for the right side, and then we'll come back and do the left. And don't forget to breathe. Just letting gravity stretch that inner hammy. I should make sure. That's good. Alright, leg back up to center. Both arms out at your sides, and you're just going to drop that leg across your body towards the floor. I find that my IT band probably causes a lot of issues with my hip. That's that all along the outside of your leg, from your hip to your knee. I just know whenever I try to use a roller, it's pretty challenging. So I still have my pillow because I'm just trying out that keeping my neck nice and straight, and I'm going to lie down on my left side. And so you can, if you don't have a pillow, you could just support your neck with your arm or hand. And we're going to keep our legs straight. And if you can, I'd like you to kick forward 1, 2, and then bring your foot as far back behind you as you can. And if you want to anchor your hand on the floor in front of your chest, then go ahead. So 1, 2. We're just working on mobility and range of motion. It just happens to work your core too. Oh, darn. 2. This is Pilates, this one. Then I'm going to lie back onto my back, straighten my left leg still because we're still working on that right leg. I'm going to put both my arms out at my side. I'm going to make the biggest leg circle possible. Just trying to warm up those hips. Now if you can't do this, just repeat the band hamstring stretch or one of them if this is too much for your hip. There we go. I'm going to pull my right knee all the way to my chest. Roll up into my seated position. There we go. I want to put myself in a pinwheel Still putting my right knee forward. We're still working on our right side. And you can either use your hands or cross your arm to cross your chest, and I want you to do a circle. Change direction. Alright, so take this is my right knee's in the front, so I'm going to take my left hand and put it on beside my right knee. And then take my right hand, I'm going to twist my body as far back as I can. If you want, you could push that left knee into the floor just to anchor your body. All right. Then we're going to come back to front. I'm going to create my 90-degree angles now. So, side view. So I'm going to put my chest on my shin as close to my foot as possible. Sit up and lean my whole torso into that outside knee. You can even put your hand on the knee and pull yourself towards it. And I go for that back foot. Take my back left knee. I want to push it into the floor, and then I'm going to put my hands by that front knee, and I'm going to turn my body away as far as I can go. Keeping that left back knee pushed into the floor. You're actually going to, those hip flexors might cramp up on you. Back to center. Now you can put your hands behind your back, or you can keep your hands by that front knee. Push that back knee into the floor and lift the foot up and push your shoulder, left shoulder towards your left foot. Put the foot down, lift the whole leg. Again, shoulder towards back foot, the best you can, right? Put that leg down. I almost got a cramp down that back leg. All right, we're still working on our right side. So I'm going to put my right leg straight out in front of me, and that left knee right on top of it, bent. So now my left knee is on my right knee, and then I'm going to just pulse forward towards my foot. Stretching. And if you can, push those toes towards your face. Whee. So much fun. And reach and hold. Come back up, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, reach and hold. Now I know why my lower back's been bugging me. These hips are tight. What? I'm going to put both my feet side by side in front of me. And if you have a band or towel, put it on both your feet. Right just below the balls of your feet. Now, be careful that that band doesn't fly off and hit you. So be mindful of that. Nice, tall spine. As tall as you go, push your head towards your ceiling. Now, hinge at your hip forward. You'll be shocked at how little forward you can go. That's right. All right. Now, let's lie back on the floor. Let's work on our left side, shall we? So I still have that pillow. I'm still trying to keep my neck as straight as possible while I do this stretches. Okay. So now my right leg will be straight, flat on the floor, and I'm putting my band on my left foot, and I'm going to pull that leg up as far as I can to stretch the back of my leg. I'm going to push my heel towards the ceiling and my toes towards my face. And while I'm laying here anyways, just holding, I'm going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to fill up my lungs. I'm going to fill up my tummy and push it out. Again, deep breath in, lungs, tummy. Let it go. Breathe in, deep breath. Fill up your tummy and your lungs. And let it go. I posted that Wim Hof breathing method. I'm telling you, anytime I feel like I'm getting any kind of congestion in my chest, or if you have asthma, that is an amazing breathing method, and it takes no time to do it. All right, let's drop our legs straight out to the side. You can even anchor your opposite arm on the floor so your body doesn't follow the leg. Stretch that inner hammy. Woof. Deep breath in. And let it go. Anti-stress breathing. I want you to breathe in nice and deep. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice deep breath in and let it go. I felt my leg give in a bit and go a little bit closer to that floor, giving me more range of motion, which I love. When your muscles are not tight, they are stronger. When your muscles are super tight, they are weak. All right, bring that leg up. My arms out at the side. And drop that leg across your body to the floor. Roll onto my right side. You can support your head or neck if you don't have a pillow, or if your pillow is a little small. I want a nice straight neck. My legs are perfectly straight. I'm going to put my hand in front of me to anchor my body, and I'm going to kick my leg forward as far as I can. 1, 2, pulse, and then as far back behind me as I can. Again, 1, 2, pulse. Remember, if you can't do this, you can always repeat the hamstring string stretches. any of the stretches that works best for you. Here we go. 1, 2 pulse, all the way behind. 2 pulse, and behind. All right, 1 more. All the way behind. Here we go. Onto my back. Arms out at my sides. Straighten that right leg. Bring the left leg up, and I'm going to do as big circles as I possibly can with that leg. Just want to lengthen my muscles. Wake up those hips. Big circles. There we go. Now bring that left knee to your chest and hold. And give the right side, the left side, the same as we gave the right side. Right. And roll up. Going into a left side pinwheel. Nice pinwheel, and then I'm going to do what's way more challenging for me. I'm going to try and do a circle, body circles. Moving my torso in a circle. This is what happens when your muscles are tight, you're weak, so it's hard to do those circles. You can always put your hands on the floor to help you. Okay, change directions. Alright, 90-90 positioning. Here we go. Put my chest on that shin as close to that foot as possible. And don't forget to breathe. Sometimes I find when it's an intense stretch and you're really feeling it, you hold your breath, so you have to be mindful of that. Deep breath in. Let it go. Imagine your body just letting go and sinking into the floor. I'm going to sit up and I'm reaching for that outside hip. Wow. Super tight this time. I just know it's from all that walking I did. All right, let's reach for that back foot. Ah! So challenging. For me anyways. This side's super tight today. Okay, I'm going to put my hands on by that front left knee. I'm going to push my right knee into the floor and then turn my body as far away from it as I can. Twist. Stretch that hip, push that back knee in. It helps anchor. So you stretch those hip flexors. It's crazy, this one feels like it's hooked. Alright. You can either keep your hands by that front knee or put them behind your back. Keep the knee pushed into the floor and lift that back foot. Wow. You know, sometimes your muscles can be so tight that it's almost impossible to lift that back foot up. Now push the shoulder towards your back foot. You might get a cramp. Okay, foot down. Lift the whole leg. And again, try and push that shoulder towards that back foot. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Putting that down. Now I'm going to straighten my left leg out in front. I'm going to put my right knee, bend my knee, and stick it on the top of that left knee, if possible. And then pulse forward. Yikes. Holy moly. All right. I'm going to take a deep breath in as I come up and blow it out and hold. Deep breath in, come up. And breathe it out as you come forward and hold. Excellent. It's funny how the back of those legs are so mean. All right, here we go. I'm going to put my band on both my feet, straighten those legs out, make my spine as tight as I can, and hinge forward as best I can. And don't forget to breathe. Alrighty. Okay, let's lie on our right side. Knees together, parallel with the hip. Support your head so that your neck is as straight as you can get it. All right. Put your thumb towards the floor and we're going to do a shoulder sweep. Stretch that shoulder all the way behind and then back to front. Putting my hands straight out in front, I'm going to do an alligator stretch and go all the way to the floor behind me, and then come back forward. Alligator. And I want to take this stretch up to the next level. So I'm going to support my head and neck. I'm going to take my bottom leg, the one that's closest to the floor, I'm going to straighten it. And then I'm going to put my knee on the floor. And you want to keep that knee on the floor. You could either take the hand from under your head and hold the knee down, or you could just lay there, push the knee into the floor, goalpost arm, and you're going to go all the way behind. Sometimes I do like to put my hand on that knee just to anchor it down. So I can stretch. If you have tight chest muscles, which we usually do, we do a lot of all our lifting and computer work and everything in front of our bodies. So it gets tight. And it causes neck and shoulder issues, but the knots are in the back. So we need to stretch the front.
Yes. All right, thank you. What do we got?
I can hear people talking. Somebody needs to mute. All right. Roll right onto your back. Put your arms in goalpost position. And then if you can, I want you to turn your head side to side and just stretch.
Impressed with your exercises.
Oh, I gotta keep doing that. 1 second here. I'm gonna see who the culprit is here. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. You're orange, you're all grounded. So, side to side, neck, side to side. We're just stretching the neck out a bit. Let's do the other side. So now I'm gonna lay on my left side, getting ready for my shoulder sweep. Right. So support head or neck, thumb to the floor, shoulder sweep. La la la, la 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 la. All the way behind, keeping that thumb to the floor the whole time. A nice shape of a rainbow. You do not go across your body. Whee. What a great stretch. The shoulder. All right, I'm going to go right into alligator stretch now. Hands up front and extend all the way to the floor behind. Come back forward. And imagine reaching that arm away from your body. So you're trying to make your arms as long as you can. Don't forget to breathe. All right, we're going to take this stretch. I'm going to straighten my leg that's closest to the floor and then bring that top knee to the floor and anchor it down. Goalpost my arm and then turn it towards the floor behind me. Sometimes I'll do a stretch and I'll go, oh, that's why. Because I'm feeling this twist up my thoracic spine. I'm noticing my SI. On the right side, everything's tight in the hip, all in that area. And this is stretching it. And it's stretching my pecs, my shoulder, and the hip. Just wringing my body out. Nice stretch. All right, let's loosen up that spine. loosen and lengthen. So I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to loop them under my knees and grab my ankles from the outside. So now I'm balancing on my butt cheeks. I'm going to make sure I have enough room behind me because I'm rolling back and I'm coming back up into this position where my feet is not touching the floor. Do not roll past your shoulders because you don't want to hurt your neck. So I'm going to roll down and back up. Oh, oh, oh. It's really good for the core. Here we go. Let's do it again. Exhale. Wee. Forward, back. Nice. All right, excellent. Rolling right onto my knees and my hands. Here we go. Hands and knees. Cat cow. So tilt your pelvis and move your hip bones towards the ceiling. Arch that back and bring that chin to your chest. And stretch. You can actually feel this one today in my neck because it's jammed. All right. Turning those hip bones towards the floor. If you have lower back issues, you don't have to go as extreme with the down pelvic tilt of the cow. And then you bring your chest up and straighten those arms and look forward. And back into cat. Back into cow. The good thing about this today is I'm doing all these stretches and then I'm going to the chiropractor, which is awesome. Because now I'm all loosened up, ready for my adjustment. Okay, just switching back and forth with a nice hold. Stretch. Now, we're in this position. I want you to bring your right knee forward, almost between those two front hands, two front hands. We don't have any back hands. If you got more than two hands, we're in trouble. All right, and then I'm going to sit nice and tall. So my right knee is forward. It's a 45-degree angle, so my heel is actually below my left hip. And then my left leg is straight out back, and I'm going to sit nice and tall. And if you can, bring your hands forward. You'll go onto your forearms all the way down. Up. We're going to switch knees. Now I'm going to bring my left knee forward. Left heel is under my right hip. And I'm going to push my arms nice and straight and sit up nice and tall. Can you gently come down onto your forearms and stay in this position or extend the arms all the way up. So there's the next stretch is there's two ways to do this for the lower back. The gentle way would be child pose and then switch to Sphinx, which is just lying down, put your hips to the floor and go on your forearms. You could go as far as lifting your upper body up with your hands and going a little higher. If you got lower back issues, you may not want to go as extreme. The alternative is into a plank position. We're going to do downward dog into cobra. Okay, so you're either child pose to Sphinx, downward dog to cobra. Just remember when you're doing downward dog, you want to make sure your hands are below your shoulders. And then I just push my head through my hands or arms. And you can alternately, it's called walking the dog, you can push your heels towards the floor alternately. Otherwise, you're in the child pose right now. And then you're going to switch, if you're in child pose, you're going to switch to Sphinx. Otherwise, I want you to come forward and drop your hips towards the floor, holding your upper body up. If you want to go a little further, you could, the tops of your feet or where your laces would be if you're wearing shoes, you would push and elevate your body up off the floor just to get a little extra stretch there. And I'm going to go back into my plank to downward dog, or if you're doing the other one, you're doing child pose. And then I'm going to walk the dog and alternately touch my heels to the floor. If you can. Just stretching my calves out. Back to plank. Drop those legs and hips to the floor. This one's fun. Alright. And now we all can go into child pose. Take both your hands and put them together and put them off to the left side. And go back down into child pose. Now we're again doing more than one stretch at a time. Lower back, hips, thoracic spine, shoulders. Let's switch to the other side. Both hands out to the side. Up. Sometimes I like to just walk my feet to my hands, come up nice and smooth, all the way up, chin to chest. Let's just do a quick toe touch to the bottom. Let my arms dangle. And my knuckles on the floor if you can. And just come up nice and slow, stacking that spine. All the way up to the top, hands towards the floor, top of your head towards the ceiling. We'll stretch that neck. Good work. Good job.